Well, it's an effort that falls under ASU and President Crow's mission, which is to be innovative and to be serving for all of our students. And so that students get the same service and follow the same policies and have the same resources available at any of the locations in which they take classes or where they live. Services serves, I think, something that's really unique than a lot of other departments at ASU is we have many constituents. So we have not only students, but we have alumni, we have the community, we have our academic units and faculty, and we also have employers. So our mission is to provide quality service in a higher education environment to both students, our community, and employers, and make sure that all are intertwined and interconnected together. Dynamic place, a place of constant change. So we move quickly on things, and when people have ideas that are solid and are backed up, we move on them. So I think the sense of urgency for people in committing to change or buying into change has a lot to do with how change is presented, so that it meets each person where they are individually. Yes, we're definitely seeing people buy in and change and hold on to it, and we have people who challenge it as well, but more and more people who are being creative, who are buying into the change, who are facilitating and implementing the change is becoming more and more the majority. And so now it's a culture shift. Communication is key. Constant communication, daily communication around the change, the new way of doing things. I almost feel like I've been in more meetings and have had more contact and communication with supervisors and our VPs since we started our One University model change than ever before. Leaders need to have strong presence and be accessible to be able to answer those questions, to be able to have people come to them and challenge ways of thinking or to contribute ideas to moving change forward. We're very much a strong force and have made decisions and have stood by them as a team. Nobody else is doing what's being done at ASU. So it is very compelling, it's very impressive, and we're under a strong leader and following his guidance. There's always improvement. No, I don't think that it is fully aware and accepted by all career peers. We're still trying to figure things out. So we've gone through one full semester. We've had some amazing changes. We've had some bumps in the road, so we're making adjustments. That happens in a huge organization is timing the communication and in the right order to the right people. Emails, we have all 68 people on one distribution list. So as emails do go out, people on that distribution list are getting things in writing. It's going to be different for every person and for every work group as well. So we're learning through this change the personalities and the motivation for different people and different groups of people, and having to adjust how we recognize and how we acknowledge people so that it's most meaningful to them. I'm constantly promoting the work that our team does with data and numbers and information up to my supervisors so that they're consistently and constantly aware of the successes that we're having on a daily basis. We're forward thinking and moving forward on other areas as we polish up kind of those loose ends and some of the other. And every 6 weeks, it's 24/7 for me when I'm on call. Yeah, it's constant. If not for personnel and staffing, direction that may come down from the VP's office may change how things happen. I think that there's some on both sides, more on the accepting and asking of ways that they can jump on board and what that looks like for them. The way it used to be, or I liked it better when, and that's, I mean, that makes sense. You know, for people who have worked, we have people who have worked in career services for 25, 30 years. So imagine all of the change that they've gone through, and the fastest pace of change has happened really in the last 10 years since Crow has been here, in the last year with our One University model. So, you know, people who have a history and have seen ASU as a whole go through changes, of course it's very nostalgic for them to go back and to say, you know, the way it used to be or the way that we used to do it. And that's important. That's an important part of where they're coming from.